Let's invite Mayuresh Joshi, Head of Equity Research at William O'Neill, on the show now. Mayuresh, come in on cement. What you heard from Ambuja Cement, he's not talking about that there will be a corporate restructuring, but he did say that it's the ideal situation. Where do you stand on cement, and particularly this entire Adani group of cement companies?
Afternoon, Rima. No, I think we remain constructive on the sector as a whole. And our estimates are that in the second half, there should be a significant amount of demand-led volume recovery. And therefore, operating leverage should play out very meaningfully on a lot of well-managed cement balance sheets. And therefore, I think both the Adani Group stocks, ACC as well as Ambuja Cement, are attractively placed within this sphere. Having said that, the expectations in terms of volume growth remains decent for both these companies. The expectations in terms of input cost should be relatively stable. And even if there is some element of marginal increase, it should be backed by demand, which means it should be a good pass-through in terms of ultimate realizations and end product prices as well. The distribution reach that they probably got and the location of their various plants from a geographical perspective also gives them that added advantage. So I think remain positive and constructive on the sector. ACC Ambuja is something that we will remain positive within the cement.
Mayuresh, hi, good to have you on the show. Life insurance, there's been a lot of buying, especially last couple of days, sustained buying. What do you think of the space, and do you like anything here?
Afternoon, Surabhi. Again, I think we continue liking SBI Life as one of the top picks within this space. With the changes and tweaks that have probably happened in last year's budget, obviously a lot of product mix changes have probably happened. And those product mix changes are now getting reflected in terms of better sales. Having said that, I think the margins of these new products are relatively lower. Therefore, you will be finding a situation where the VNB margins will be a tad bit lower in the next few quarters because of the product mix. The renewable premiums also should be steady state for a lot of these companies going forward. And the operating expenses, including the marketing commissions, albeit on the higher side for players like an HDFC Life, ICICI Group, should get contained as these products mature over the next few quarters. So I think a good space to be in. SBI Life, however, Surbi, I think ticks all the check boxes that we're probably looking at in terms of VNB margins, in terms of the product mix, in terms of the bank insurance with a behemoth like SBI by their side. And therefore, I think the operating expenses and marketing commissions are still in higher single digits compared to the rest of the pack, which makes it a little bit more attractive in terms of embedded value growth going forward. EPS rating, RS rating, and satisfies most criteria that we've set out on our cancelling parameters. So I think SBI Life remains and would remain a top pick in this space.
And it's not just Titan, even Kalan Jewelers has seen a spike. So generally, all these jewelry companies are inching up. Kalan Jewelers is now up close to about 2.5%. Mayuresh, quickly between Senco, Kalyan, Titan, which one would you prefer?
I think we have a hold rating on Kalyan, Viva. The dynamics for the sector, again, looking good. The organized players should benefit significantly with the moves that we've probably seen, both from the regulatory angle and the budget announcements that have now also happened in terms of slashing off custom duties as well. That does augur well for organized players. Kalyan's dynamics, both in terms of margins, performance stability, the ROE improvement, the deleveraging on the balance sheet, and the opening of new stores both in India and South and in the Middle East, and stores outside the South, augurs well in terms of good growth going forward as well. So Kalyan is where we continue our movement.
No, got that. Mayuresh, in the afternoon, I was talking to, I picked the phone, I was talking to an investor, and I sounded a little worried. So I asked him, why are you sounding, you sound a little worried. So he said, well, all my stocks are performing so well. I don't know what to do. It's that kind of a market, isn't it? It's so broad-based, and it's really quite something. When you look at the screen, just a long list of really buzzing, volume-led movers. It's not narrow at all. So that's absolutely great to see.